So let's talk about paranormal investigating. What really is universal is how big this field has gotten, and especially in recent years. I'd say the last 20 years. And I don't even have to go far back as Ed and Lorraine Warren. I can just go back 10. People like Zach Bagans, who I think is the biggest phony that exists out there for that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that I can say, but I'm trying to make this video concise. Let me first respond to that question by saying I don't think it is a discipline that is worthy of approaching on a regular and more serious basis. I just don't see the evidence for that. There is not enough evidence that would qualify even a person like myself, who is not a scientist, that would present an amount of evidence that a scientist would sit down and say, yeah, this is something that needs to be taken seriously because there's undoubtedly evidence for it. When you go on YouTube and you type in paranormal investigating, I mean, you're going to come back with, I don't think even in your lifetime you'll be able to watch every single video that's ever been made just on that subject alone. Let alone everything else that's on YouTube, because YouTube, as you know, is it's its own universe. And the paranormal investigative committees have grown up all over the place just in the United States. Like I said, I got to be focused here. So, let alone worldwide. Even Beaver County here has a paranormal investigative team. These people go around, these so-called ghost hunters. Here's something that I think that should be mentioned. When you look for these videos on YouTube and you watch this video, you've already mentally prepared yourself. And see if you agree with what I'm saying here. You've mentally prepared yourself to see a ghost. So when you type in paranormal hauntings and you get whatever video entices you to watch, you're going to look at this already with already it being planted in your head. You're going to see something paranormal. And when somebody, it's usually a young kid, most of these people are young, and I'm not trying to pick on young people here, but it definitely seems to command an audience of younger people. They go out with these cameras and they go to any kind of house, any here that you'd see. Whatever they hear about it, they're going to go and film it, and they think that they're going to come back with something. They have that anticipatory action, and you do too when you're watching it. So, look over here. Oh my God, did you just see that? Look over there. Oh my God, did you just see that? Look up here. Look. Oh my God. Okay? And when you do, and you review it 20, 30 times, and you really don't see anything, you've got to stop for a moment. Eventually, you have to arrive at a point, and you have to wonder and say, are these people seeing what they really think they're seeing? And if they are, what is the evidence for that? I have tried, and I have, guys, I have tried to approach this discipline academically. Theoretically, I've tried to be very open-minded about it. I've made videos myself where I tell you that I have had paranormal experiences. I don't know if they've been paranormal experiences, but what I can tell you is they are experiences that have produced very unusual results. Near-death experiences are the same thing, okay? 8 out of 10 people have them. They, their grandmother dies, they see their dead grandmother in their bedroom, 2 weeks later, okay? As an historian, I cannot prove that actually occurred any more than I can prove. An historian cannot prove, a scientist cannot prove that Jesus resurrected from the dead. As a conservative practicing Catholic, I will tell you that I believed that Jesus was resurrected from the dead, but I cannot prove to you that he was resurrected from the dead. What I can prove to you is I can take you to the Beaver Cemetery right now and show you all the graves of those people that are dead, and I can assure you that they're in there, and nobody has risen from that. Nobody's risen from those graves. That's once death is upon you, as we know, our bodies are gone, they're dead, and they don't come back. As an historian, I can only try to reconstruct what probably happened, but what most likely happened is probably completely different. The same goes with this paranormal stuff. When I watch these videos and I see what these people are claiming that they're seeing, I always come up empty-handed. I always come up with a very different interpretation. One I can off the top of my head, I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe I'll just leave a video. No, I won't. I don't know how much of this I want to put out there. I don't want to pick on somebody else's channel. But there's a lot of them out there where, you know, they slow it down, they rewind it, and they let you see again, and all you see is this little figure with red eyes, and that's another thing that really disturbs me. How come Bigfoot never has blue eyes? Why is it always a dark figure with red eyes and he's 10 foot tall? Those are the kind of things that I think we need to have better discussions about. We need to articulate this more. We need to present it in a fashion that's going to be more convincing to even people who don't believe in anything. And there's a lot of people out there. There are people who believe that nothing happens to you after you die. There are people out there that believe that you have a soul and that your soul lives on after you die and you're waiting for the physical resurrection. There are groups of Christians who believe all kinds of things. Catholic, Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, Presbyterians, Mormons, Hindus, Muslims, Buddhists, name it. There's many different belief systems that concern our faith. And there's many different belief systems about evil. And this is another second part of this video that I want to catch on, that I want to touch up really quick, that I think everybody should keep in mind when they watch these videos. It is amazing to me that in 2023 we still have, whether you practice Christianity or not, or irrespective of whatever religion you practice, we have a medieval understanding of Satan and evil. I think what you should remember is that I don't think Satan needs to be in the ingredient when it comes to perpetrating evil in our society. I think we do that very much on our own, and we're quite capable of handling it the way that we do. And we're quite capable, we're really good at it. We don't need Satan for evil, any more than I think that we need angels to spread goodness. Human beings are perfectly capable of doing both. We can practice evil and we can practice goodness and kindness and compassion. We all have it. We have all the ingredients. We tend to lean more this way, or we tend to lean more that way. And I think that the understanding of Satan projecting all this and inserting demons into it and witches is just more for the imagination and entertainment. Most of these paranormal investigative videos I watch, and I know this is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, especially the groups that are out there. I'm sorry, but I think it's more of an entertainment than it is anything else. At the end of the day, I don't walk away from your video believing that a demon exists or a witch exists or a ghost. What I do walk away from your video is like, yeah, that was pretty cool. And I'm going to suggest that to somebody that they watch it. If I'm having a conversation with somebody and it happens to be about ghosts or apparitions of whatever kind, I'm going to say, you know what? You need to go on YouTube and look at this video because this is really cool. That's my initial impression. And I'm sorry if that hurts people's feelings. But getting back to the age group that this falls under, because I think this is important. I'm not saying that older people are more smarter than younger people. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that with age comes experience. And with age comes wisdom. And these young kids are going around with these state-of-the-art cameras, and they're filming anything and everything in sight. And I think it's very plausible, and it's demonstrated in the videos, that they lose sight of what they're really trying to film and what they're really trying to convey to their audience. You know, YouTube is this big used car parking lot, man. It just is. And, you know, everybody's out there saying, hey, come look at this. Look what I filmed. I want you to see what's out there. I want you to see what I saw. And I'm not saying that these people haven't had experiences. I'm saying that they have had experiences that you can't explain. That's why I am open to the possibility that evil exists. I am open to the possibility that maybe a Satan exists. But our understanding of Satan comes from the medieval epics and even the later ones like Milton's Paradise Lost and Dante's, you know, Divine Comedy. Things of that nature. That's the Satan that we know and feel today. The early Christians didn't have that understanding of Satan. They didn't even have that understanding of evil. And when you study the Bible as much as I have, in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek, the serpent in the Garden of Eden is not the devil. Ask a Jew if you don't believe me, and they will tell you. Satan doesn't exist in the Hebrew Bible. He doesn't come up into the Old Testament, or the New Testament, excuse me. So there are elements of evil in the Hebrew Bible, but not on the level that we know it and practice it today. It just really astonishes me that there are so many people who are capable of believing in a medieval devil, but they're not capable of believing all the scientific evidence we have for everything else. And that's another important part of these paranormal discussions. that I see, a lot of these people are not religious people. They don't have a concept of God any more than they think that they have a concept of evil, but they're perfectly capable of believing evil rather than over good, and they're not capable of believing in a God. And I realize that these are two disciplines that are exercised in quite different ways. I'm just saying that if you're going to present a video on YouTube and you want to put that in a paradigm on which it can be discussed and examined scientifically, you're going to need a lot more than a blurry figure with red eyes. And it just seems to me that is what we're dealing with here all the time. Same thing with the Bigfoot videos. Everybody shows me these photos of Bigfoot. Everybody shows me these videos, and they all look like they were shot in 1959. You know, we have the capability and technology in our society to kill a person with a telescopic rifle from 1,000 yards away, but we can't get a 1080p definition of Bigfoot. What's the problem? Okay, I mean, seriously, what is the problem here? So guys, I'm just trying to tell you that that's my vision of it, and I hope you have a different opinion and you can agree to disagree with me. Let me know what you say in the comments below. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think.